I'm going to take a look at Kucoin shares. I'm going to mostly focus on short-term price action over the next 7 days because the closure of S&P 500, per my Bitcoin video and other videos, Friday's closure on September 2nd is going to be integral to greatly change what's going to happen in all of crypto. And so there's going to be, we don't really have an edge on direction until then. So I have to give cases for the upside and the downside because it's not smart really to guess which one yet until you get something more definitive on traditional markets on Friday the 2nd. So that's what we're going to run into, and let's dive in. But since I already have it on the macro chart, from a macro perspective on KCS, I do have bear market targets already labeled. So if Bitcoin and can separate itself from the stock market before the stock market hits line B on my NASDAQ composite futures, I think bear market targets could be like, 450 or so, somewhere in that area. But if Bitcoin really gets dragged down longer, into and more than just February of 2023, it takes longer for the stock market to keep correcting down to line B. It's going to be a drastically different target. So macro, this also is really going to depend on Bitcoin's performance versus especially risk on assets on NASDAQ. So very, very drastically different targets. And you might want to, if you're a Kucoin shares person, you might want to take this time to look at my chart on how I do this. Maybe I can make these lines a little bit more visible. And you might try to make these origin lines look the same or as close to the same on your chart. Because if you're asking about it, that means you like this coin. And you'll see here when we zoom into these lines, they work for micro stuff, right? So there you go. And let me get rid of some of these horizontals. What the hell did I just press? Bear targets. There we go. And if you're newer to Tradingview and you don't know what I'm doing, follow along. Look at what I'm doing. This is how you hide stuff. You need to know how to use the object tree. And to get into there, I guess I can move this thing. To get into there, you can't see it here either. It's this guy here. See that? It looks like a bunch of pages. And if you're using a small screen, you have to, and you can't see that. You have to hover over this and scroll up and down, but it doesn't move when I scroll because my screen's big. But sometimes you have to, just hover and scroll down, and then that'll pop up. All right, okay. Let's see here, and now I can lock them and then make them. Oh, I didn't get them all in there. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna zoom out so you can look at that. All right, screenshot that or pause it, go back in the video, pause it, and try to make it look the same. All right, here we go. Now we're going to look at the small time frames, how it bounces on it. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. And even big dives down. Look how precise this is. I'm telling you, these macro lines help on the micro time frame. I'm telling you. And that's what price is playing with now. Okay, so on KCS, now that we're finally on the micro time frames. All right. Okay. I don't know if I'm going too in depth. Let me know if you think I just go too much on this. Maybe you just want a price target and shut up the rest. I don't want to understand why. Just give me your target, man. Just tell me. I don't know if that's what you're feeling, but I'm trying to explain to you how I come about this solution, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I want to measure off its lows. How high up is it? Bitcoin is up 15%. This is up less than Bitcoin off its lows. That's not very strong. So this is not going to have permission to do a lot of fantastic stuff. but it's holding up rather strong though for an all. It's only down 70%. So on the macro, it's holding up pretty well. On the micro, it's doing nothing. You know, it's not partying hard like Matic and Atom, and Near and Curve already partied hard. Curve went up to like freaking $2. It's insane. Curve was the first mover. It moved before everything, even before Ethereum. All right, so this will be the daily 21. So if that's easy. Since it's moving with Bitcoin, I already know when I put the daily 21 on, it's gonna be somewhere about here. Hopefully. Let's find out. Let me keep my finger there. Let's watch. Oh no, it changed it. Let me try it again. Let me guess. Somewhere about there. That's the weekly 21. Nope, I was off. I was too high, way too high on a percentage basis. All right, now let's zoom in to see, but this is going to be the target. Most likely. So with a good SPX closure and Bitcoin goes with the word I invented, slideways, which slightly up and sideways, over only through Monday, Tuesday, but potentially into next week with a good SPX closure. This is where KCS is going. It could do a few things up there, but Bitcoin, that's where it's going to stop under those parameters. And you could do a few things though. You could get rejected by it. I'm going to give you 3 price paths. Okay, you could just get a normal rejection by it. Like this. You could do a failure pattern above it. Even a double, you could jump on it and do a higher, potential higher, but just a general failure pattern above it, and then use that as resistance and then go down. So let's make that a more bullish case. Green. And what do you think the third option I'm going to give? So let me make those 2 invisible. If you had to guess, what? This is like Dora the Explorer. Do you see the mochila? I don't mean to be come across that way, but I really want you to think about it. What? Cosas the Exploradora. All right, or the Explorer. Anyway. But what do you think? So if this is the target, oop, why did this turn green? Should be yellow. The daily 21. What do you think the third option is? We already have a rejection. Kind of goes, roughly straight up there. Rejection, then down. We have roughly straight up there. Failure pattern, and then down. What would be the third one? Is it waits for it to go, it goes sideways and waits for this to come down before hitting it. That also could happen, which means Kucoin Shares doesn't do a lot of anything, which is already what it's doing, which is why I think this is, it might be the third most likely, it might be my most likely, but anyway, these 3 are roughly equally as likely. So price could go for a third one. It could just, come up way short, use this as support, come up short again, boom, 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 keep right its origin line, see this blue line, origin line, and boom, then, wick above it, and then gets shoved down. So let's make that one yellow. Or no, not yellow, pink. And let's throw the others on. And let's pin some. So daily 21 really is all you need, right? But there are 3. So just remember, there are 3 general ways to get there. Most likely paths. So it could go as high as it could scrape 970, and it could stay as low as 930, and the next one would take it up to 940. So from 930 to 970. And there you be. That is Kucoin Shares.